What's good, y'all? It's my review for this week's episode of Dragon Ball Super. Overall, love this episode. Nice stuff with Frieza. It looks like starting next week. Next week, we are finally going to get started on the Tournament of Power. Hell yes. Looking forward to seeing that. Can't wait to see Goku. Can't wait to see Jiren, my man Gohan, Vegeta. Which, speaking of Dragon Ball, guys, actually, yesterday I did catch Dragon Ball Super Broly. The review is already up on the channel, which, if I remember when I actually upload this video, I should put it up in the iCards above. So in case you guys haven't seen the review for Broly, there you go. So, anyway, without further ado, let's get into it. So we start this episode off. Frieza's gone golden form, and he's about to just absolutely body these clowns that have no idea what awaits them with Golden Frieza. And right before he goes, Goku's like, "Whoa, bro! You sure you should be using your golden form right now, man? I mean, the tournament's right after this, man. Shouldn't you conserve your energy?" He's like, "Oh, I thank you, Goku, for you wearing over me, but you should know that that when I have spent an eternity in hell, I have trained to mental fortitude, and now I have complete control over my ki. This is the true form of Golden Frieza." And actually, when he goes on, he has the aura around, everything's about to just start flying out there. Goku's actually a little taken aback by this. So he's like, "Oh fuck." Goku knows it's gonna go. So then he gets in there, does his finger blastings, and just bodies these clowns. It goes. Then he does finger poking. Then he pokes their heads with their fingers, and their heads explode. Don't know how that's possible. Maybe he put I don't know, maybe it's a Kai blast or something. So he's just taking care of these guys, left, right, front, and center. They stand no chance. And then Goku's Goku, being Goku, he doesn't people killing fighters when they don't need to. I mean, how many the only people I think Goku's actually legit killed with intent is probably just Frieza and Kid Buu, if my memory serves me correct. He might have killed somebody in Dragon Ball, because those are the only two that come to my head. Anyway, so he's telling and I love how Frieza retorted him. He's like, "Well, their universe is going to get eliminated anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Let us make it entertaining." Which I love that. Goku is telling Frieza, "Hey man, stop killing them," when in actuality, he is going to be killing them since he has to destroy because to win, he has to beat the other universes, which in turn means their universes are going to get destroyed. I like that little retort from Frieza. And I also gotta say, I'm loving the guy that Funimation got to replace the English voice actor for Frieza. He's doing an amazing job. His voice sounds just like him. Guys, gotta give the man his due props. He's doing an amazing job as Frieza. So he's still going at it. Then those guys try to go after Baba. Goku gets involved, take care of those guys. Only knocks him out. He's not like Frieza, who's over there just killing everybody with just this massive smile on his face while he's laughing hysterically "Yes, you pathetic creatures!" Yeah. Oh man. Man, I love me some Frieza. I love Frieza, man. Can't get enough Frieza. Anyway, and then after pretty much when everybody else is eliminated, we got this one guy, this bear dude, and we get this little flashback to what I'm guessing happened earlier when he met up with Universe 9, if I remember correct. It was Universe 9, and then he's meeting with the Supreme Kai and the Destroyer of that universe, and they're like, "Yeah, so you on your own accord is going to go over there, jump Frieza, ambush them and kill them on your own accord. Remember, we never had this conversation. You get me, brother? You get me?" He's like, "Yeah, I hear you loud and clear." And so the God of Destruction hands him this ball of destroyer energy. This little ball thing that has it's completely black and it looks pretty cool. He just hands it to him. And so I guess he just kept it inside his head or absorbed it or whatever, because then he slowly makes his way over to Frieza while Frieza and Goku are talking. And slowly makes his way up, while the Kai Blast gets a little bit, or the ball of energy gets bigger and bigger and bigger in his hands. And then Frieza's, "Do make sure you aim properly there, mutt." And he's like, "Ugh. Yes, I noticed when I defeated your foes, their eyes were completely glazed over in despair because they had a backup plan. So, hit me." And Frieza just extends his arm down and be like, "Hit me, bro. Give me your best shot." And so he just hits it with Frieza. He dodges it, and then it comes back towards him. But he just does like a. But then those finger blast comes out of his thumb and just takes care of the blast and destroys it. Now, okay, now this part was a little weird because this dude has like 2 backup plans with Kai Blast. So did he expect? So let's get. So after Ryder's he's like, oh, I have the real one in my hand, and then Frieza just blasts it out of it and explodes. I thought that was hilarious. But then the actual one appears from underneath the water. And then, and Frieza has a whole battle within. I love Frieza's facial expressions here. Totally did a great job there, which, by the way, I gotta say, so this plan kind of feels out. So this dude think, okay, I'm going to use one blast here in my hand. That's going to miss, and Frieza's gonna destroy it. So then I'll use this other one, and that'll miss. So I'll have the real one underneath the water. So did this dude expect that his other 2 plans were gonna fail, or did he just get lucky? Because this kind of feels a little, because. I mean, when you first watch it looks cool, but when you actually think about it, you're kind of wondering, like, how did he think? Did he really think this far ahead? Did he really think this was going to be down? Was going to take this many tries for him to finally get Frieza? Whatever the case may be. So Frieza's battling against this thing. He actually gets this getting sideways, and he screams like, ah! And then he says, and that is acting, and everyone's not that this really hurts Frieza. So then, after some hellacious fortune, he manages to take this massive ball of energy, and comprise it down to its original form, and just kind of has it in his hand. So it took a while. Frieza's like, as he's slowly making it smaller and smaller and smaller. So once it's back down to size, both Frieza and Goku are like, "What is this thing? What is it?" Like, it didn't if I had to guess, judging from the way it looks and its energy, I'm assuming it's from divine. It has a divine origins. And so then Goku tells the other guys like, "Hey, you guys are here to kill." They're like, we don't know what universe. They also say like, we don't know what universe is it, but they were most likely going to use this to kill us both before the tournament of power begins. And so they tell us whatever guards are left, like, hey, listen up. Whichever universe y'all are from, go back and tell them that we're going to finish this off fair and square in the actual tournament of power. So and then all of them have this shocked expression on their face. Ugh. And then they're like, Goku's like, what the hell's going on? And then, from behind, Frieza hits him with that divine energy, Kai Blast, whatever you want to call it. Hits him, and then Goku is in the ball, and he's like, ah! Sean Shin did some excellent screaming here. And it's like, oh, you pathetic monkey. Did you really think, come on, you obviously show that you are just a fool that will never learn. And so Frieza, so what Goku's showing, he tells like, you better get out there quickly. You remember, I didn't take me any long, which it didn't. Frieza got it out of there in like 3, 4, 5 seconds. Goku on there, now it looks like that first the boss, he starts to shrink a little bit when he's like, but once he like goes and like fully like has his scream reach its peak, it just goes back to normal size, and Frieza just says, pathetic. And so while Goku was struggling trying to get out of this, which at first I was like, wait, if Frieza could get out of this so far, why wasn't Goku? Why was Goku struggling for it? But the more I thought about it, it was probably due to the fact because we learned, because as we know earlier on, Frieza said that while he was out there in hell, he was definitely doing a lot of mental ingenuity and just overall just mental control, and probably also controlling his ki a lot more. And just overall having absolute mastery of his ki control when to be. While Goku, as powerful he is I doubt we know, he probably doesn't have the greatest ki control out there. At least for, I guess, for like specific stuff like this, or whatever. But I can definitely say that ki control is probably nowhere near as good as what Frieza now has, which is probably why Frieza could get out of there so quickly, and why Goku cannot. So then Frieza says, yes, let me contact the universe y'all are from. And one of the guys like, what are you going to say? And then he just does this finger blast on these guys. They're like, okay, man, you can say whatever you want. It's like, you know what, on second thought, hold off on that. I want to enjoy. It's been a while since I've had this much fun. Let me enjoy it for a little longer. And so he keeps finger blasting these guys. And before he gets this little communicator in the 9th universe, and they're like, man, what the hell's going on? Take it slow. So then they're like their magic crystal ball lights up, and they're like, all right, finally, they're here. Then they are met by Frieza, where we find out that Frieza is actually trying to work with the ninth universe, and actually join their team. And now some of you might wait, why would Frieza want to join the ninth team? Well, to kill Goku, obviously. I mean, there's that. And Frieza also says, as much as I hate to admit it, that monkey Goku over there, without him, the seventh universe is screwed. So he's probably just trying to cut his losses and just, he wants to build the ninth universe so that he would have a better chance of survival. And then the ninth universe supreme kind of like, wait, why do you want to do this? Isn't there something you cherish, something you love, something you want to keep? And he's like, there's nothing I care about other than myself. And then these guys are just shocked at how evil Frieza is and just how little he cares. I love it. that was me. And then the ninth universe is like, you know what, this dude's too much for us. I know we're known for depravity, but Frieza's too much for us. Even the ninth universe wants nothing to do with Frieza. He is that evil. Oh man, so while they're bickering and arguing whether or not they should have, and the answer this Elder Kai actually, or not the Elder Kai, the Destroyer actually says, is there any rule against recruiting other people from other universes? Which he skims through the rule book. He's like, I see nothing that directly prohibits it. So if Goku Black came back, maybe he could have joined Universe 7. But let's be honest, that would never happen anyway. Goku Black or Zamasu anyway. They would not want anything to do with Zamasu. I think they would probably take Frieza over Zamasu anyway. Even though I would love to see Zamasu return. But hey, I got Super Dragon Ball Heroes for that. Anyway. So then Beerus and Whis show up and he's like, oh, well there goes that plan. And crushes the communicator in his hands. So Beerus, and oh my god, I love the interaction between Frieza and Beerus, and I forget who voiced him in English dub, but man, I think I mentioned this before, but man, do I love this man's Beerus, this voice for Beerus. The man, especially when he was talking to Frieza, it was perfection. So Frieza gets over there, he helps out Goku just by blowing on it, and then bam, the divine energy goes away, and he says, that was divine energy. What were you doing with that, Frieza? He's like, oh, I was attacked with it as well, Lord Beerus. He's like, you were contacting one of the other universes, weren't you? If you were plotting something, oh my god, the camera work here, Toei, y'all did an amazing job here. And Goku goes in there like, whoa, Lord Beerus, don't worry, we need Frieza here. He's good, he's fine, he's gonna join our team. Don't worry, he ain't trying to start something, right, Frieza? And then we suggested that maybe Frieza was talking to the universe just to get some information. He was like, yes, I could have. And we get this internal monologue from Frieza where we see that he's like, dude has this little plan going on where he wants to manipulate the gods so that he lasts. If I had to guess, he's probably gonna have try to make these gods join the Frieza Force or something along those lines. Maybe something to where he gets more powerful or whatever. Whatever, we all know Frieza doesn't have good intentions. We know this man's probably gonna try and either he's probably trying to rule the multiverse or something, probably. And so for there, we actually fight. Then Goku says, hey, Beerus, you might give us a minute to do something. So we then get this, I guess you could say a quote-unquote fight between these two, where whoever lands the first punch, the match ends, and then, we will go to the Tournament of Power, and, we will be comrades, and we will form an shaky alliance to, take down the other universe so Universe 7 survives. And so Goku says, if I win, you join us, and, we forget our beef for the time being, and then Frieza says, well, if I win, you will stay out of my business. And so they go at it after about teleporting for a good solid 10 seconds. Goku goes Super Saiyan Blue, and Frieza has his aura around. They charge at each other, and then they just punch each other, ending the match with, I guess, a draw. And I gotta say, I love the art here. Toei, y'all did an amazing job here. With how the way they're punching each other, and then with the art, how this. Now, could someone explain to me, is Goku and Frieza low-key speaking telepathically? Because their conversations they had makes it sound like they actually are talking. I doubt it, but it looks like it is from the way it just overall sounds. Because he's like, no, this isn't over, not by a long shot. And then Goku says, yeah, I know. So, do these guys got some telepathic link I am unaware of? Or is this just all a massive coincidence here? Anyway, whatever the case may be, and so that's where the episode ends. One thing I forgot to mention. We actually take a quick moment to actually go back to the tournament, to where the tournament part is going to be held, and where the Grand Zenos see the arena, and they're like, "Oh, ooh, this place looks so cool! I can't wait for the fight." You know, they're hyped for the battles. We're hyped for the battles. We get like pretty much a rundown of the teams. We even get this little shot of Jiren on the edge of this cliff, looking at the horizon. Which, ooh, I can't wait to see Jiren. He's definitely the one I'm most anticipating to see. So that is where the episode ends. So overall, love this week's episode of Dragon Ball Super. Great art animation, loving the banter between Frieza, Goku, and the stuff with Beerus and Frieza was very interesting. I love that stuff. So overall, I will give this episode a 9 out of 10. So I hope you all enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did, subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I'll get links down in the description box below. And as always, come back for more. See you guys next time.
Body.